Nammo Pha. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I'm determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I'm determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. We've started reading the collection of Dhamma talks by the nuns of Amaravati called The Body, Dhamma Reflections on Aging, Sickness, and Death. We're in the first Dhamma talk by Ajahn Metta, A Process of Change. When we look, for example, at the water element in the body, how can we actually experience this? When you think of the water element in relation to your body, what image comes to mind? I'm sure we all have different responses. We might think of blood, tears, sweat, spittle, or urine. It could be any liquid that the body contains. But when we look at the terms of me or mine, is it really possible to continue to identify with the body? What happens when we see it in this way? Can you really believe that the heat of the digestion process is you? And what about the brain, where the play of all the elements comes together? The warmth of the fire element, the cohesiveness of the water element and the liquid around the brain, the earth element as a main substance and the air as a space it occupies. Can I believe that this brain is really me, that it's really mine? The absurdity of exaggeration shows us more clearly what we are in fact doing all the time. This is what this contemplation is all about, looking through the illusion of our identification with this body. Our bodies are in constant flux, forming, shaping, and rebuilding, growing and falling apart. When you were born, what did your body look like? What does it look like now? Very different, I'm sure. This process is a result of these elements coming together, interacting, decaying, and reforming in a constant flow of growth, maturation, and change. In the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha speaks about the elements in this way. Again, bhikkhus, a bhikkhu reviews the same body, however it is placed, however disposed, as consisting of elements thus. In this body there are the earth element, the water element, the fire element, and the air element. Just as though a skilled butcher or his apprentice had killed a cow and was seated at the crossroads with it cut up into pieces, so too a bhikkhu reviews this same body as consisting of elements thus. In this body there is the earth element, the water element, the fire element, the air element. In this way, he abides contemplating the body as a body, internally, externally, and as a body internally and externally. He abides independent, not clinging to anything in the world. That, too, is how a bhikkhu abides, contemplating the body as a body. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.